This is a sewer guitar. Hey, Paul. Good morning. All right.
No SIM swaps, no kiosks.
What's up, AJ?
No stress. Hold the flag. Peace of mind.
Alan Holdsworth. I like Alan. Yeah, full-time musician. Indeed, live. that guy? It's a backing track in that style. Yeah, just working on there's like this thing with switching. It's actually kind of something I've been working on just the past week, with switching from like the 30-second notes to the sextuplets in the middle of lines. It's kind of when you're thinking about like this. To where the line feels like it's kind of like expanding, like from that like slow, it doesn't feel like much, but when you get it back to speed, I realize I don't do a lot of that, but it really has like this feeling of like elasticity when you go like from like you gotta be able to like sing it, you know? So it's like this like so hearing the rhythms like that is the trick. But you know, when you get back to tempo, you can pick it. It's like picking it is actually easier because then it's like it's more connected, but like it's hard to avoid the time mush. Let's see. Will you be on stage with Earth, Wind, and Fire? I will be on stage with. Oh, cool. Hey, Nino, how you doing? Do you like Camel? Yeah. Yeah. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I'm having a good day.
Simplify inventory and scale your business with Katana Cloud Inventory.
The thing that we were really thrilled about with making Predator Killer Killers was what if it wasn't just following.
Any advice on jazz approaches to 8-bar blues? Yeah, plenty. That's a that subdivision is really tricky to control. What is that? That's 15 notes in the half note. So like la 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 la. It's like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Welcome. My technique, it's kind of like it's a combination of like legato and picking. The day's going well, thank you, Marcel. Yeah, so like when I'm really concerned, I can pick pretty well. Like I can pick most of the things. like the right hand, it's more coming from, it's not El Di Meola-ish. I don't play with like a flat wrist, so it's more Django and Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of, but the left hand's more like Holdsworthy. So it's a weird combination of things with my stuff. So I can pick, but with fusion, you get too percussive of a sound. It's more like drums or piano when you pick everything. So the way to make it horn-like is to pick every 2 or 3 notes, to where it's like dia dia da dia 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 da dia 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 dia. So like when I'm playing a line, I'm trying to like make the legato, make the line sound like dia 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 dia. So that's like dia dia dia. My right hand's going. And I can alternate that, or like all downstrokes, or do some sweeping. Yeah, that kind of thing. How about Berkeley teachers? Oh, they're all amazing. D minor arpeggio works over G7, that is resolving to C, right? A D minor 6 is the inside of a G, right? It's like it just gives you a rootless G9. It's D minor 6 is the same as a B minor 7 flat 5, so that's just like the first upper structure of the G, so it gives you a rootless G9. So the 3, 5, flat 7, and 9 of a G chord. So yes. Oh, fuck, what's that? No, no thank you. This backing track sucks so much. Hey, Daniel. let's see. Thank you for talking about technique. I'm going to have to. Oh, yeah. With technique, you gotta you gotta start thinking about like motion mechanics, like just how your body likes to move. Not every note combination on the fretboard is just something to kind of like drive your head against the wall. You have to work with the grain of your technique, not against it. So it's more like, a good example of what I'm talking about is like, trying to play like, let's say, groups of four. There are many ways to play four notes. Like, first of all, it's chunking. You can't think about every note individually. It's like group them in motions. Find the musical words, so to speak. So like a good word would be like like middle finger, pinky, middle finger, index. Like just as like a good, motion mechanic for four notes. Like, and then you can take that motion and play around with it. See how many places you can find it in a scale. Right? And that's in terms of like, don't look at the fingers, look at what your like body is doing to get there. It's like it's just rolling. It's really simple. But there are motions you can't scale forward in speed. Like if you're going like ring, pinky, index, middle. Da 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 da. Like I know that like something like that, it's not a matter of practice. It's just a shitty motion. So when it comes to like coming up with vocabulary of fast things, yeah, you got to still think about the rhythms and the scales and the phrasing, but you also got to map out a set of motions that you're going to be able to scale forward as you increase the difficulty. You need to start having like taste of things to practice that like are possible. So some guys just try to be like, whatever the motion is, I'll be able to play at 300 BPM. That's false. Just some motions are shitty, some motions are scalable. So you got to first of all like decipher which motions are scalable. Let's see. Was thinking about subscribing to your Patreon for lessons, but I'm not really that good. Yeah, there's stuff there for everybody. But yeah, if I take like the motion stuff, like that's one motion. Just moving it chromatically. Right, so people don't have that many moves. Your forehead is bigger than my desk. Yeah, it's a big forehead. What can I say? I am a man. You can't offend me. soon.